I greet you once again. It's nice to see you. How has your week been? My week has been fine. I believe too, your week has been wonderful. Why? Because you are here and I am here, and our God has sustained both of us. We serve a living God, our God who changes not. He remains the same. That is the God that we serve. That the God we live to believe. Today, our topic is very, very nice. And I'm glad that both of us, we are here to study the Word of God. You are welcome on this channel called the Inspired by Ruth. Today's topic is very nice. And you know what? No one on this world who does not like to be loved. All of us love to be loved. Even the young baby wants to be loved. Love is a very good thing. And our topic of today is a covenant of love. A covenant of love. What is a covenant? We may ask ourselves. What is a covenant? A covenant is a binding. A covenant, it cannot be broken. But let me tell you one thing. Human being, we cannot sustain a covenant. Though it cannot be broken, it's not supposed to be broken, but we do break covenant. One of the most important covenants that God has put on this earth is a covenant of marriage. Don't we have divorces? We do. So a covenant between a human being, it cannot be binding. Why? Either of us, we are able to break it. But we have our God who has given us his covenant. Our covenant is between us and God. Though ourselves we do break covenant, but our covenant between us and God, we may break on our side, but our God cannot break his covenant. He is a covenant-keeping God. Because a covenant is serious and is lasting, it's not a casual or temporal. No. We among ourselves, we think it's casual and it's temporal. That sometimes we break it. We don't care. We disregard it. And not because we want to do it. No. Because we are not able. We are mortal. We don't have the ability and capability of able to hold it. Because we are human beings. And we are due to change. In a nutshell, a covenant is a commitment and responsibility. A covenant is commitment and responsibility. And sometimes as human beings, it's very difficult to keep responsibility or to be committed on one thing. And that's why today we are talking about our covenant and our God. Or God who has given us our covenant, us and him. We break many times our covenant, but because our covenant is between us and him, he doesn't break it. We may break, but him, he doesn't break it. He is our covenant-keeping God. And you know what? That covenant between us and God, it doesn't matter whether you are Christian or not. It doesn't matter what religion you belong to. It doesn't matter whether you believe he's there or not. On his side, he does not break his covenant. We will break many times, but him, he doesn't break it. That's why we say he is immutable. He is unchanging God. So today we are going to discuss the topic of covenant or the covenant of love. And we are going to drive our topic in the book of Luke 15. 15 number 11, it talks about the prodigal son. I'm not going to read all of it. I'll just give a little story about the prodigal son. The prodigal son, we have a man who was rich. It's one of the parables that Jesus is giving in the book of Luke. There was a man who had 2 sons. One was elder and another one was young. The man was rich, the father was rich. So one day the little one was fed up. He decided, give me my inheritance so that I may go. I can enjoy my inheritance. What do you talk about that son? The son is very bold, because who asked the inheritance before the parents die? Most of the time, we wait for our parents to die or so they can give us their will, but you can't ask them when they are alive. So we can say this son was very bold. But because the father is a father, what does he do? He allowed the son. So what did he do? He gave the son whatever the inheritance belonged to him, and the son went away. And it came to a point when the son had spent everything that he was given, he decided to look for a job in that far land. When he looked for a job, the job that he came across was to feed the pigs. Okay, it's a job. He was desperate. He took over the job. But as he continued to do the job, it came to a point he couldn't hold it anymore. What happened? He remembered where I have come from. Even my father's servants, they're doing well than me. They are eating in our house. Though they are servants, but their life is much better than me, who is looking after the pigs. So the son decided to go back to his father. Okay, that's the story of the prodigal son. But I'm going to read from verse number 21. So this is Luke 15, verse number 21. So we may see the kind of love that the father had. And the son said to him, Father, I have sinned. No, so let me go back to verse number 20 so we may get the content. So he got up and came to his father, but while he was still far off, his father saw him and felt compassion for him. And he ran and embraced him and kissed him. The father saw him from afar, and he ran towards him and kissed him. But let me go back a bit. You know, when the son said that I'm going back to the father, the son started rehearsing that when I go to my father, I'm going to tell him, Dad, I'm sorry for what I did. Father, forgive me. But so when he came, so in that mode of rehearsing and planning and contemplating what I'm going to tell my father, he decided to go back. But the father saw him first from afar away, and he ran towards him. We are in verse number 21 now. And the son said to him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and in your sight. Did you get it? I have sinned against heaven. Why is the son saying he has sinned against heaven? When he decided to go, he didn't ask the heaven. He asked the dad. Actually, heaven was not consulted here. It was only the father. So why is he saying that he has sinned against the heaven and the father? But the father said to, 21, and the son said to him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and in your sight. I am no longer worthy to be called your son. But the father said to his slave, Quickly, bring out the best robe and put on him, and put a ring on his hand and sandal on his feet, and bring the fatted cow, kill it, and let us eat and celebrate. For this son of mine was dead and has come to life. He was lost and has been found, and they began to celebrate. When you see the action of the father, the son was not even given an opportunity to say what he had rehearsed. The father was so happy, and he called his servants and said, Let us kill the fattened cow and we may celebrate. because the son was dead, but now is alive. You see this conversation. So to the father, the son who asked for his inheritance, immediately asked and went to his dad. This boy is lost. He's dead. He's like dead to me. He's not alive anymore. He's not alive anymore. What kind of a son has inheritance when the dad is alive or the parents is alive? But this one was bold enough. So we are looking at the covenant of love. The father was so welcoming. He didn't care where the son had come from. He didn't even want to know how far the son had gone. How much has he spent? Was there anything left? No. The fact the son came back, that was enough. And what did this father do? They celebrated. Because this son was dead, but he was alive. But don't forget this, the father was left with one son. The fact he was left with one son, this one too was very important to him. So when we talk about our topic, the covenant of love, I want us to look at the love of our God, the Father. And you can say, how do we relate this story about the covenant of a son? Or how do we relate this story about the prodigal son and our God in heaven? Remember the son said, God, Father, I have sinned before you and God. Where was God in this picture when the son was going away? God was not there. But the son realized his sinning was even before God. So this afternoon, this morning, or this evening, I want us to address to a son or a daughter or any individual who has backslidden. I'm talking about somebody who has backslidden. You knew God, you loved him, but it came to a point in life. You said you couldn't wait for this Jesus anymore. You said, this story of salvation is no longer working. I need what is mine. What does it mean? Let me enjoy life when I'm still alive. Let me go and celebrate like other people do. This Christianity business is not working for me anymore. Let me go far away from this God. Because the Bible says the son went for a far country. It doesn't say which country he went, but the country was very far. So how many times do we go away from our God? We have that daughter, that son who has backslidden, and he has gone far. He has gone away from God. This church business, I do not want to do it anymore. This fellowship business, I am no longer interested. This Bible study, I do not want it. I don't want the relationship of a father. Because remember, when this son was in the house, the father was providing. The rules of this house were the father's rules, not the son's rule. He was fed up with the rules of the father. Because when you're under your parents, you have to do what your parents want. So it's the rule of your father that rules that particular house. So this son was fed up. And sometimes we run away from God because our God has his own boundaries. There are boundaries as a Christian. There are way to behave. There are way to carry yourself. And sometimes we go very far because we do not want these rules. We don't want anyone up on our head to tell us what to do. We don't want rules. We want to go away so we can rule ourselves. But this God, our covenant with our God is binding. Our God changes not. We have discovered that. This covenant that he gave us about love, it's a commitment to us. He is committed to love us, whether we are good or bad. He is responsible to look after us when we come back. He will not ask you, where did you go? Why? Because God has given us a will. Remember when this son took his way and went, The father never said, don't go, oh, stay with me, son. How can we look after this issue? How can we rectify? No. Maybe the son was of age. That's why the father never had a discussion to tell him not to go. The father allowed the son to exercise his will. And that is what it is with our Father. He allows you to exercise your will. Whatever you want, you go. But me as God, I will still wait for you. Because my covenant with you is a covenant of relationship. It's a commitment. I've committed myself as God. I will love you regardless. I've committed myself as God. I'm responsible for you. Why? Because I created you. I made you grow out of in your mother's womb. Psalms 139 tells us, before you were born, I knew you. Before you were knitted in your mother's womb, I knew you so far. Before you even came into your mother's womb, I knew you. That's why the covenant is still binding to God. When the son came back, notice this. The father was so happy, and he welcomed him back. He embraced him. The Bible tells us there's joy in heaven when one of us receive Jesus. When one of us come back to his realization and accept Jesus. There is celebration in heaven. God doesn't ask you, where have you been? By the way, let's sit down. Let's see how far you have been. How long you've been away. What kind of a mess you've done. No. Our God is self-sufficient. Despite the fact the mess that you have done, is able to clean you up, is able to sustain you up. Because this prodigal son, the father was a rich man. When he came back, the father called the servants. He said, no, let's come and celebrate. Bring the best robe. Bring the ring. You know that ring is a signet ring, the ring of authority. Let's put him sandals. Let him make him back. Let us restore his position that he had first as a son. Why? I, God, or I, Father, my covenant towards you is I am committed to love you. I do not break my covenant. I still love you. Though you sinned and you went away, I still love you. You are still my son. The fact that you went away, the fact you terminated you and you went far away from me, you are still my son or my daughter. What am I trying to say? Are you there? You never wanted to hear about Christianity. You are fed up with this gospel. You are fed up with this news of Jesus Christ. Maybe somebody sold to you and say, oh, this man was a boy who grew up in Bethlehem. It's myth. It's not the truth. He's not the Son of God. No, he is the Son of God. How do you know that? When you have a relationship with somebody, you will know him. Why don't you try this relationship? You know, in every relationship, there is a conversation. And our God talks. Our God talks. Try him. You will, I'm telling you, he talks. He will talk to you. So when the son came back, the father embraced him. Our God will embrace you. He will not want to know how far you had fallen, how long you've been away. Maybe from the childbirth, now you're 30 years, or you're 45 years, or 50 years. You've been neglecting this message of salvation. He will not ask you, where have you been for 50 years that you are coming to receive Christianity? You are coming to receive him. No, he won't ask you. He won't ask you because you are 30, By the way, from day 0 to day 30, now you are coming. He will not ask you. He will say what? He will embrace you. And he'll say, my son or my daughter is back. He will restore you your position as a son. You will not lose him to him. You may fall. You may not have wanted God, but God still wants you. The Bible tells us this father was sitting somewhere. The Bible says that his father is the one who saw the son first, not the other way around. And I remember I talked another video last week and I said, we did not know about God. It's God who revealed himself to us. Nobody woke up in the morning and say, oh, I think I've known Christ is alive. No, it's Christ that revealed himself to you. So this father is the one who saw the son first, and he ran towards him. Romans 5:8 tells us, while we were still sinners, Christ called us, justified us, cleansed us. So Christ loved you while you were still in your mess. Christ loves you when you are still where you are. Why? You know, most of the times, we don't want a dirty thing. We want someone else to clean it, and then we can take it. No. Christ is self-sufficient. Despite the fact you're in a mess, he's happy to clean you. He has the resources. When Jesus talks about this parable, he is talking about himself. And sometimes he was talking through the parable, so the people around him, they may hear him. They may relate to what he was trying to tell them. Because remember, Jesus could not go and say, me, I am God. Whatever I'm telling you, I can do this. No. It was like blasphemy, because most people didn't believe that Jesus was the Son of God. Despite the miracles, despite the wonders, some still never believed. So for him to bring a parable, it was to bring the message home. So this parable is Jesus saying that despite the fact you still don't want me, I still want you. Despite the fact you wanted me dead, because now this son asking inheritance when the father was alive, it's like killing the father. So Jesus is saying, the fact you crucified me, I still want you. You killed me on the cross. Despite the fact I came and told you the good news, you didn't want me. In fact, you chose Barnabas. You chose Barnabas. Barnabas was good. Despite the fact you knew Barnabas was a murderer. Barnabas, his record was bad, but still shouted, give us Barnabas. Despite the fact you knew, the governor said, this man, I've washed my hand. Why? I can't point a finger what he has done, apart from doing good things that I've had. He healed the sick. He provided water. He changed water into wine. His message is of good news. He even spoke to Zacchaeus. Zacchaeus now has accepted Christ. You know, Nicodemus will say, oh, I'm a teacher of the law, but I've met a man who is better than me. We have the Sadducees and the Pharisees and the temple. They will say, at the age of 12, I met this boy. But the knowledge that he had to have come from a divine power. The wise men, the shepherd could give a testimony. We were there when he was born. This we saw with our own eyes, because the message was relayed to us by the angel. We know him. But despite all that, they wanted Barnabas. But Jesus is saying, despite the fact you never wanted me, I still want you. Why? Because his covenant of love is binding. He's still keeping on the side of his bargain. I still want you. My covenant is still active to you. So what am I trying to say? Our God still loves you. Doesn't matter how far you've fallen. Our God still loves you. His covenant of love is still there. I still love you as my daughter, as my son. Even if you fail, I'm able to rectify because I am God. So I am bringing to you a God who is God. A God who has kept his side of the bargain, the covenant of love. He still loves you. He still cares for you. He still wants to restore you. So if you are there, you're listening to this message, just know that Christ loves you. And you may wonder, where do I get this Christ? Our God is omnipresent. Our God is omniscient. Our God is all over. How do I know that? Thank God for the social media. We've had stories on the internet that somebody in the Muslim world, they'll come and give a testimony that Christ met me in my house. Somebody in Cambodia will say, I've met Christ. Somebody in the Middle East will say the same. Somebody in Africa will say the same. How do they know it's God? And how do they know it's Christ? None of us met Christ in the first century. How do they know it's Christ? They never saw him, apart from the story we hear. Why? Because Christ is the one who revealed himself to his people. It's Christ who revealed, and you will know him when he comes to you, because he will communicate with your heart. So if you are there, you're asking, how can I find this Christ? Maybe somebody who preached to me a year ago, 5 years ago, I cannot trace him. I don't know where they went. I'm looking for their phone number. I do not have. I would like that person to come back to me so I can speak to them, so I will know, how do I receive Christ? Wherever you are, just say, Christ, if you are there, reveal yourself to me. Christ, I am in need of you. Christ, I am ready to receive you. Christ, I need you to shape my life. Christ, I'm ready to receive you. And as you see the story of the prodigal son, he is ready to clean you. He is ready to restore your sonship. And you know there's no son without inheritance. So the fact the boy took everything away and he came back, he was restored back as a son. So which means there was something left for him from the father. Though he took everything away, but there was still something left for him from the father. So our God is a God of covenant. And this time we are talking about the covenant of love. Thank you very much. Continue to share this channel. Continue to share this video. Continue to subscribe so that we can continue to study the word of God. God bless his word.